Hello and welcome. My name is Anthony, your host for today, and this is the How To Show. And on our show today, we have Georgina Chacon. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm glad to hear it. So today, Georgina is going to come with us and show us how to turn an ordinary household item into a piece of art. So what did you bring to show us today?
Today we're gonna make a clipboard, and we're gonna do a simple Jack Skellington painting on it. So what you start off is, well, the first thing you do is you use acrylic paint. It's gonna last the longest and it won't fade. And you can get that at Hobby Lobby or any craft store. The first thing I like to do, since I like to work backwards, is do the details in the paintings most of the time.
Instead of the background?
Instead of the background, I always start details first and then background, but you can do reverse. So we're gonna start with doing his smile. Usually it helps you have a steady hand, but right now I'm kind of shaky.
It still looks very good.
And what I like to do first is start off with like my design. I draw it in pencil first, and then I like to do the outline in Sharpie or, a dark color so I know where I'm painting. Most of the time I draw designs out of my head, but if you don't really know what you want to do, you can use a reference from Google or something.
Kind of sketch it onto your
Yeah,
product?
sketch it on. It doesn't have to be perfect because, you're going to cover it up with paint anyway. So, there's his smile, and then you can, do his eyes, his nose. Then comes his head. He's all black and white, so if you have simple colors, that works out very well. So we're going to start doing his head, and try to keep your brush strokes going the same way. Otherwise, right here it went side to side, so it looks kind of messy. So if you keep your brush strokes simple, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a clipboard that you have to do.
Any household item.
Any household item. I do shoes, frames.
Like picture frames?
Picture frames, yeah.
Have you ever done like pots or cups or stuff like that?
I have done some clay pots. I've done gourds that I've painted, and anything that needs a little more originality into it. So my favorite thing to do is take plain things I see in the store and customize them to whoever I'm giving the gift to.
Add your own work of art to it.
Add my own, yes. So they'll make it memorable for sure. So you're gonna keep going, paint the whole thing. It helps if you dab on a little bit of color to know where you're gonna be. So I know that's gonna be white, that's gonna be white, and then that's gonna be white. Just so you know, because sometimes it's easy to mess up and paint over
Paint
with
inside
another
the wrong color.
So dab on.
That would be frustrating.
Yes. So take your time, and you're gonna have to be very patient with this, especially if you don't have a lot of experience painting. So take your time and enjoy it. Painting is one of my favorite things to do. It's relaxing, gives you joy.
Okay.
So go over it. If it's gonna be the first thing you're gonna paint, I would suggest going with a simple design. There's very intricate things you could do. But try to, like a very advanced coloring, stay inside the lines. Yeah. Just paint. Depending on what you're painting and how porous it is, you might need a few coats of paint. This is already absorbing it.
Yeah,
quite a
that
bit.
looks like it's coming out very nicely. But right now, it looks like it's going to take a little bit of time. Can we actually see some of your finished work that you've done?
Of course. So
Let me get this out of your way.
Thank you. So like I said, you don't have to do just clipboards. You can do shoes. You could do picture frames. This is one of the shoes. This is the most recent pair of shoes that I did. It was going to be a gift for one of my classmates' sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So, like
And those
with
turned out
everything
very
else,
nice.
just draw out first. In this case, I did the skull first, and then I did the outside. These were all white. So, do the background and all that stuff. So keep going, and there's this one's very plain, but you can do.
And what else did
Just
you say that you have
around.
actually colored?
I've done picture frames. I've done gourds. I've done anything I can get my hands on and paint. I can do.
Okay. Well, these are very nice, and I would love to see sometime your other artwork that you have done. If anybody is interested or actually is paying attention to her work, or you would like to schedule her for an appointment or something else, you can go to www.creativeideasforyou@live.com, or you can call her at 303-AWESOME to schedule an appointment or a class. Thank you very much for joining us today. That's all the time that we actually have. I am Anthony Lujan, your host. This has been the How To Show. I hope you enjoyed everything that you have seen here today. I have actually kind of gotten some ideas that I want to do at my house personally. There's something simple you could do with your children or somebody else. I didn't get a...
I didn't either.